The identity shift that makes consistency effortless. What if you could just stop fighting for motivation? What if consistency wasn't the daily battle you have to hype yourself up for? But what if it's just who you are? We all know the drill. You force new habits, you start strong, you fall off the wagon, and then you blame your lack of discipline or lack of motivation. But the reason it feels so hard, the reason you keep slipping back into old patterns, has almost nothing to do with motivation. It's because you're trying to build a new habit on top of an old identity. In this video, I'm going to show you the psychological tricks to shift your identity so consistency stops being this thing you chase and starts becoming your new normal. The real reason you're stuck, let's be real. The cycle's exhausting. You get a surge of inspiration. You decide, all right, this is it. I'm finally going to work out, eat cleaner, write the book, make the content, fix my morning. And for a week, maybe two, you're a machine. You're doing it all. And then life happens. You have a long day. You're stressed, tired, overwhelmed. You skip one workout, one journaling session, one content day, and you tell yourself no big deal. But one skip turns into two, and then two turns into I'll start again Monday, and suddenly you're right back where you started. So the things, I need more discipline. I'm not a consistent person. Maybe I'm not built like those people. But these stories, they're not facts. The real problem isn't your plan, it's your self-perception. Psychologists have known for years one of the strongest forces in human behavior is our drive to stay consistent with who we believe we really are. If your inner identity doesn't match your new habits, your brain will quietly drag you back to what feels familiar. You set new goals, build new routines, download new apps, but if deep down you still see yourself as someone who always falls off, someone who hates working out, someone who's bad with money, then you're running up against the hill for your own identity. You're trying to change your life from the outside in, and that's why it never sticks. The secret isn't just to do more, the secret is to become more. The big identity shift habits, this is where your identity-based habits come in. James Clear talks about it in the Atomic Habits. It's completely flipping the script, how we approach change. Most people focus on outcomes. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to write a book. I want to hit 20K a month. Those are fine, but they don't answer the real question. Who do I need to become for the results to be normal? Identify based habits with that question. Instead of saying, I want to run a marathon, say, I'm a runner. Instead of, I want to write a book, say, I'm an author. Instead of saying, I want to get in shape, say, I'm a healthy person who takes care of their body. It doesn't sound like a big difference, but it's a massive psychological shift. Here's the magic. Every action you take is like casting a vote for the type of person you believe yourself to be. You go in for a 10-minute run, that's a vote for I'm a runner. You write one paragraph, that's I'm a writer. You choose water over soda, that's I'm a healthy person. You're not trying to reach out there in the future. You're proving to your new identity, your new self, right now. Improvements are temporary until they become part of who you are. The real goal isn't to read a book, it's to become a reader. The real goal isn't to run a marathon, it's to become a runner. When your identity and your habits finally match, you're not forcing consistency anymore. You're acting in alignment of who you truly are. The science of becoming someone new, this isn't just a mindset talk. There are two big psychological shifts that are going to happen. One is cognitive consistency and neuroplasticity. Cognitive consistency, your brain hates conflict between what you believe and what you do. If your identity is I'm not a healthy person, but your behavior is I'm eating clean and working out, your brain feels tension, and that's called cognitive dissonance. To reduce that tension, your brain will either pull your behavior back down to where you match your old identity, screw it, I'm ordering pizza, or upgrade your identity to match the new actions. Okay, maybe I'm someone who take care of myself. We use that tension to our advantage by repeatedly acting like the person you want to be. You basically force your brain to go, all right, I guess this is just who we are now. Second, neuroplasticity. Your brain's ability to rewire. Every time you do something new, you are carving out new neural pathways. At the start, that path can be tiny, and it feels hard, and it's awkward, and it feels unnatural. But each repetition, the more you act as if, the more your brain rewires to support the identity until the new behavior feels automatic. You're not just changing what you do, you're literally rebuilding your brain to support who you're becoming. The 4-step blueprint to shift your identity. So, how do we actually do this in real life? Here's the simple 4-step process you can start today. Step 1, decide who do you want to become. Don't rush. You're not just chasing a goal. You're not just choosing a goal. You're choosing a type of person. Instead of saying, I want to be fit, ask, what do genuinely fit people do every day? They probably enjoy moving their body, see food as fuel, protect their sleep, think long term, not just summer body. So your identity becomes, I am a healthy person who enjoys moving my body or nourishing it. I am a writer who shows up every day. I'm a disciplined entrepreneur who follows through. Write it down, make it an I am statement that feels grounded and real, even if it's not fully there yet. Your North Star. Act as if your tiny winnable actions here, where most people blow it, they go too big. They reinvent their entire life in 1 week. And then they wonder why they collapse. At the beginning, the goal is not result. The goal is reinforcement. Want to become a reader? Read 1 page a day. Want to become a tidy person? Make your bed every morning. That's it. Want to become a content creator? Record a 30-second video every day, even if you're never going to post that first. These are the small votes. Each one says to your brain, this is who I am now. You don't have to feel like that person day one. You just have to take the actions that person would take. Confidence comes from evidence. Reinforce your identity with your head action comes first, but you also have to update your story in your mind. This is where visualization and affirmations actually become practical. Spend a couple minutes each morning imagining yourself moving through the day as this new identity. How do they talk to themselves? How do they react when something goes wrong? How do they handle the stress? Then back it up to your I am statement. When doubt kicks in, I'll always quit. I'm not that type of person. You gently correct it. No, I'm the kind of person who follows through. I'm the kind of person who keeps promises to myself. You're actively rewriting your script in your brain, and you've been running for years. Step 4, design your environment for the new you. Your new environment quietly shapes your behavior way more than your motivation does. If you want to be a healthy eater, don't keep your house filled with junk food. If you want to be a writer, have your notebook and laptop open and ready. If you want a consistent content creator, keep your tripod mic set up in the same spot. Make the right action the easiest action. Then your social environment. You become like the people you spend time with. If everyone around you is casual about their health, their money, and their growth, it's going to be very hard to sustain the new you. Share your new identity with a few trusted people. Let them support you. Hang around people who've already lived that way you want to live. Their behavior will start to feel normal. That's the point. Now, I know you feel a little abstract. Okay, cool idea. Who do I want to choose to be? And where do I want these first actions to come from? You could set up a call with me and we can discuss this if that's something that can help you. Overcoming the resistance. Let me be straight with you. When you start the process, you will start to feel resistance. Your brain loves what's familiar, even if it's familiar is making you miserable. So when you start acting with a new identity, you'll hear a little voice. Who do you think you really are? This isn't the real you. You've tried this before. It's never lasts. This is the moment that most people quit. You have to get rid of that voice. Your job is to recognize that the voice is just an old identity trying to protect its territory. When it pops up, you say, this is an old story again. You don't argue with it. You don't wrestle with it. You don't even notice it. Then you take your small actions away, and it's not fake it till you make it. It's act as if and you will become. That discomfort you feel, that friction of growth, the discomfort is changing is temporary. The pain of staying stuck can last for years. Every time you act in favor of a new identity, you loosen the grip on the old one and you strengthen the new one. We've been sold the idea that if we want to make a change in our life, you need to grind harder. You need to find more willpower. But the most consistent people you admire don't have any willpower at all. They don't have any more than you. They're just built a very strong identity of who they are. They've stopped obsessing over what they need to do, and they started focusing on who they need to be. True lasting change isn't about your habits you build, it's about the person you become. So instead of asking, how do I stay motivated? Ask, who do I want to become? Decide that today. Then cast one small vote for that identity, and another one tomorrow, and another one the day after that. At some point, you will look up and realize you're not trying to be consistent anymore. You just are. If this hit home for you and you're starting to feel the change and you want to start embodying it and you want to go ahead, I want you to hit subscribe. I drop a new video like this every single week, a practical science of mindset, identity, and performance. And before you click away, make sure to grab your complimentary time in the description. It'll walk you through the process step by step. Thank you for watching. Now go become the person you're meant to be. Thank you.